Hornbill Festival na hia agide Abu Mehta advisor to Chief Minister aro Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland laga chairman pa adi Sovima aro Chumou ma bostidi solar street lighting project laga aro Salup Public Toilet Complex District Hospital ni Mahpur laga inaugurate krushi virtually Rhododendron Hall Police Complex Chumou made toilet project to Solap International Social Service Organization pa spearhead krushi Boeing laga support pa aro IDAN pra facilitate krigina idu operaji IDAN aro SBI mojude memorandum of understanding sign krushi Nagaland Tourism Connect project nimide.
Two villages, Sovima and Chumou, are getting solar street lights today. Irrespective of the power fluctuations happening or availability of power, they will be having throughout the night. It is a pilot project launched before Hornbill, so that we invite and challenge many PSUs and MNCs to come forward and take up this challenge of making villages saturated with renewable energy. When it comes to Sulab toilets, it is a new model that is being piloted in Nagaland. It is existing in other parts of the country, wherein the Sulab International comes forward with their own funding that they have mobilized through various donors, and then manpower and agreement to own, operate and maintain the toilet facilities for next 10 years against a small user fee.
Invoking God's blessings, I dedicate the projects which I am about to launch to the people of Nagaland. Another one.
First project is that of solar street lighting in Sovima village, jointly sponsored by NABARD and HDFC.
I would like to congratulate Sovima village and Chumou village and the medical department for the projects that have been inaugurated at your locations. But as the chairperson had said, we must place on record the fact that when we had CSR meetings and when we asked various villages, organizations, districts to place bids and pitches for approaching companies, it was these two villages which had come forward requesting for solar lighting in their locations. Over and above that, when we were approaching other companies for CSR support in this sector, they told us that they wanted to see some visible, successful projects which they can replicate. So in that sense, apart from the fact that they were the applicants for this project, it was also ideally suited to us because the area where they are located is well connected, close to the airport, close railhead and the 4-lane highway. So it was easier for company executives and representatives of corporate sector to come in, take observation, inspect these projects. So that way, these two villages were selected for the solar street lights, and I must say that the vendors have also done an excellent job in implementing the projects in a good quality and in record time. Before I proceed, I want to assure the friends and corporate sector who are here, the financial institutions, that under the present work culture of IDAN, whatever CSR or corporate support that is coming to the people of Nagaland through IDAN, we assure you that we will observe the highest quality of best practices. There will be transparency in the manner we implement our projects. We will ensure that there is no pilferage of any fund in any sector, and that what is coming to the people of Nagaland, the concern that is being shown by the corporate sector to make a difference in this far corner of the country will be implemented in letter and spirit. It is our responsibility, it is our duty to ensure that there is no malpractice, there is no misappropriation or manipulation of any manner when we are implementing projects that are coming from corporate support, CSR initiatives, and we assure you that there will be no shortfall on our part. Over and above that, due diligence will be followed in everything we take up, and utmost transparency will be maintained. The installation of solar lights in rural villages, apart from the fact that it helps the local population in ways and manners which we all understand, it also sends out a signal that Nagaland is willing to go green, Nagaland is willing to use renewable energy, and the rural people of Nagaland are extending support to the government and the various agencies that are sending the message of being environmentally friendly. Our target is to incorporate this type of solar light systems, not just in 1-2 villages in nearby districts, but in hundreds of villages across the state. We understand very well that the need of such facilities is much more in the interior areas, in the far-flung areas. But we have to show performance, we have to show delivery here to win the trust and confidence of our friends who are willing to come forward. Perhaps, in the past, there have been some instances where deficits in confidence have been created, where there is confidence level is low. That is why it is important that we implement such projects nearby, bring our corporate friends, see it for themselves, and implement them in the far-flung areas. As I said, the target is to make a difference where it is most needed. And I very well understand that these type of projects are needed more in the interior areas, especially in the backward districts, the eastern part of Nagaland. So I assure you through my friends in the press and media also, that our next phase of importance will be given in the backward areas. But we have to show that it is working here in the frontal districts. As far as the Tourism Connect scheme is concerned, as elaborated earlier, we've noticed that one of the deficit areas in Nagaland's tourism industry is lack of good transportation system. Also, the level of tourists that are starting to come into Nagaland under our policy of Land of Festivals were more on the high budget tourists. And they are interested in ecotourism, they are interested to go into the interior parts of the state, and interested to be part of this experiential tourism which Nagaland government is promoting. Here, good transport services, premium vehicles, locally were not available, still not available as much as desired, and much of the transport service, the service providers and vendors were being utilized from outside the state. This was very noticeable this is very noticeable to all of us. Even at present, as we are preparing for the Hornbill Festival, in the coming days you will notice that most of the commercial vehicles and the taxis which our tourists are hiring will have number plates belonging to other states. We want to change the narrative in this so that the money spent by tourists is directly impacting the state. Also that it will generate local employment and empower our youth. Here is where, under the vision of our Chief Minister, we conceptualized a taxi loan scheme in a manner that is win-win for everybody. First of all, we said we are not going to give total subsidy. There are no free lunches anymore. Our youth have to understand the fact that they have to work hard. However, the government agreed to a 20% subsidy. I am very grateful to financial institutions, State Bank of India, for coming forward and supporting the loan with low interest, with wavering of many service costs. So for the beneficiary, they will be able to purchase premium vehicles, extend service to tourists, and at the same time upscale their business. And we are very confident that they will be able to pay back the loans, and in future apply for more loans and have fleets of their own. I then will extend financial assistance in the manner of professional management to these beneficiaries to help them how to address the loans, how to deal with the financial institutions, and how to better manage their businesses. This type of hand-holding will be extended, and I'm hopeful that in the months and years to come, we will be able to expand this scheme also to a larger market